listen, I'm proud of the guys. I'll give you some injuries here. Obviously, Pat was injured and had to come out. He hurt he got hit in the back of the head and kind of knocked the wind out of him and everything else with it. So we took him out. He's doing great right now, which is a real positive as we looked at this, passed all the deals that he needed to pass. And so we'll see where it goes from here. Rashard Breeland, he also got hit in the head and they're kind of going through him right now. So I'll know more later here, but and then that was really it as far as the injuries go. Listen, our crowd was phenomenal tonight. Limited numbers in, but they were tremendous. The defensive stand at the end was huge. Chad Henne's run was huge. And then his couple throws there toward the end were also big. I take full responsibility for the long interception. That was my that's on me. And I'm proud of Chad and the way he handled everything. And, he probably said it best when he said, listen, this team is unbelievable when somebody has to come in and make them feel comfortable. And, that's what team's all about. So, again, I'm proud of the way he handled things. So with that, time's yours.
Let's go first to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Andy, can you give us a little sense of how Pat's doing beyond what you said earlier? And Brad, I'll have a second question as well.
Yeah, he's actually doing very well. I mean, I just talked to him, and he's doing good. We'll see how he is tomorrow, but I mean, right now he's feeling good.
Okay. And what did you see from Chad Henne in the time you've had him that led you to have that kind of trust in him to throw that ball on fourth down?
Yeah, listen, when you're around him, you just know. I mean, I'm glad he had an opportunity to play a week or two ago there, whenever our last game was, and get in and I think that helped him when he jumped in this time, of just being comfortable with the speed of everything. And everybody has full confidence in him. I mean, you saw how the team reacted on that run, and we thought we had it. I think his elbow was down. I think it was a good call, close call, but a good call. And I thought it was a heck of a throw as the second play. We go through all of those Saturday night with the quarterbacks and those situations, 4th and 1 to win the game. What do you want? And that play happened to be there. My coaches were on board between Mike and Eric and Joe upstairs. They all did a great job with the spot, with the calls, with the everything. They were spot on. So it was a great job.
Go next to Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy, this is a little bit, and Brad, I'll have one more if I can. It's a little bit different question than what I usually ask you, Andy, but there's so much happened in this game. Do you have a sense for what you will remember about this game? Is there one moment you think will stick out?
Probably just the intestinal fortitude of the guys, pounding through, not getting down when Pat went down. That's easier said than done. There's just, somebody asked that just about the quarterback. So that part of it, having that trust and having earned that respect from the guys, I think is big. I think we'll all remember that run and the dive and then the throw. But listen, nobody got down. I mean, there was nobody that was hanging their head or moping throughout the game. Things didn't always go the direction we wanted it to go. And, the guys kept battling. And then I think that defensive stand at the end was huge. That's a good football team. Kevin's done a great job with that team. And their guys play hard, man. I mean, they've got a lot of talent. They play hard, and they've got good schemes.
It's actually a perfect segue to the second one I want to ask you. Like, what goes into that? You said it's no small thing to build up the intestinal fortitude of your star quarterback goes down and the guys step up. How do you do that as a coach? What goes into that?
Yeah. So listen, I think it's a character of the guys that Brett's brought in here. and then the will to win. I mean, that's somewhere you got to be able to reach deep during the tough times and pull that out. And if the coaches are flinching, if the players, your leaders are flinching, then it's not going to happen. And our locker room's not going to flinch. I mean, they're tough that way. That doesn't mean you're going to win every game. That's not what I'm saying, but it's going to sure give you a chance. And then it builds confidence in the coaches to go for a 4th and 1, right? I mean, there was no doubt. There was no doubt. I think everybody knew we were going to go for that play on our side. I'm not telling you that in the world here, but on our sideline, guys just went, hey, there's no tomorrow. Let's go. I mean, let's roll. So I think that's important.
Go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Andy, I wanted to ask you about the defense, particularly in the fourth quarter after obviously Pat was gone in the game. Just what did you guys do from an adjustment standpoint that worked, and why do you think you guys were successful on the Browns' last possession?
Yeah, I thought we got pressure on the quarterback. I mean, and that was important. We had a couple of big tackles. I thought that was big. I thought the coverage was tight. And then, on the offensive side, I think I come back to Chad. I come back to the offensive line, protecting Chad. My coaching staff and the job that they've done instilling that confidence in the guys to not flinch when somebody comes in that on either side of the ball. Very easily, Pat goes down, the defense can deflate. The offense deflates, as opposed to just going, hey, let's step up and go, man. Everybody just pick their game up an inch and let's go. And that's what you saw today.
Let's go next to Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Coach, obviously no Clyde today. Was there a look that Daryl gave you in practice where you feed him more so than anyone else?
Yeah, just listen. I mean, it was just a hot hand. I mean, Le'Veon's done everything we've asked him to do, and he's a great kid, man. Love the kid. You just get into these and you kind of go with what's working, and for whatever reason, I mean, Daryl was working, and listen, I'm proud of him too, because he's never hung his head. Even when he was 3rd and 4th, he just keeps going. And he's not maybe a household name, but maybe after this game, people know him and respect the work that he does. He's a very intelligent football player, and he plays, as you saw, a very physical game.
Next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy. I'm wondering if you could peel back the curtain as much as you're willing. When you mentioned the 4th down conversations, does that differ based on each quarterback? Do you alter the call, or is Chad just running what you guys would have run anyway with Patrick in the game there?
Yeah, no, we didn't alter it. I just looked at EB and asked him, you ready to roll? And he goes, absolutely. Mike Kafka, you ready to roll? Let's go. Joe upstairs. And Joe was talking about it before we ever got there. And so there was a chance that we didn't think it'd be with Chad running, but there's a chance where short yardage coach, you got to make a decision. And so, but there was no doubt with anybody. I mean, for Joe to think that, for Mike and EB to say what they said, to have a play, right? To have a play ready to go that everybody liked. There was no flinch on the play. It was, this is what it is. Here we go. Chad knew it. We all knew it. Let's go. So,
good time for a couple.
Did that answer your question? You got that, Sam? You look like you're going to say something. So, all right. All right, you guys good? Anybody else? Herbie, you're not going to ask anything, dude? They're not going to let you talk?
We've got a couple more, Coach.
Put a muzzle on Herbie.
We'll go Herbie and then Pete. Go ahead, Herbie.
Thanks, Coach. I'm glad you saw my hand up.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you mentioned the guys digging in after Patrick Mahomes went down. And the question I have is, did you have the opportunity to say anything to them on the sidelines, or is this something they just took upon themselves?
Yeah, there was no time to say anything other than let's go. Chad, get one. I mean, we're in the middle of it. Trying to win the game, right? So there's no time. We've rehearsed all that before. So it's not, there was no time to talk about it. Guys know. And that's the part that I think is a tribute to Chad and how he handles himself. So you don't earn that respect from the coaches and the players without handling yourself the right way every day. Whether it's in practice, he runs a scout team, he's a scout team quarterback, how he handles himself there, how he handles himself in the locker room, meetings. I mean, nobody had any doubt.
And we'll go last to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win and game plan. I just had one more follow-up on the fourth down play.
Yep.
It looked like it was a similar look potentially to Miami. I was wondering if that was the same play to Hill, and then how much of a coaching point was it to make sure that you almost faked the play clock down to 1, and then you call it with 5 seconds left. And then I just was wondering how many times Chad actually maybe got to rep this.
Yeah, EB was talking to him the whole time about the clock. So not that Chad doesn't know that, but I mean, EB was all over that. And so it was just important that the linemen didn't jump and that we kept them kind of in their stance a while. Similar play, but not the same play. No, it was not the same play.
Hey, Travis, can you just walk us through the fourth quarter, the ups and downs, and what the conversation was in the huddle that obviously let Chad lead you guys to victory?
Nothing changed, man. Nothing changed. Chad came in and uplifted us. We uplifted him, and we just rallied together, man. And that's what this team did, offensively, defensively, special teams. We circled the wagon and got a little bit tighter as a group, and found a way to win against a good football team.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Travis, what had you seen from Chad over the time he's been here to let you know he was going to come through for you on that not just the fourth down play, but also the third down scramble in the play before?
Well, first of all, he's a professional. He comes to work every single day, knowing that he's just a snap away from calling plays and being out there leading us to victory. And second, he's a competitor, man. That guy, no matter what it is, that he's ready and he's fired up and ready to go. And we love him for it. And sure enough, when he came into the game, like I said, man, everybody was nothing really changed, man. We still had the fire in us. We know that we could score points with Chad, and we could move the ball down the field with Chad.
Go next to Karen Kornacki. Go ahead, Karen.
Hi, Travis. How are you?
Hello,
congratulations.
hello.
Big win
Thank
today.
you.
Hey, Myles Garrett just got done saying he didn't want anybody to think it was a deliberate hit on Patrick. Just first of all, if you guys had that initial worry, and second of all, just what goes through your mind when you see your leader kind of having to be helped off the field? Is it an immediate want to rush to the rescue, immediate takeover? I mean, does something change into another gear? So those two things.
Well, I mean, you try and it's a violent game. It is what it is, and we wear helmets for a reason, and that's because guys are flying around trying to take your head off, and it's you never want to say that someone purposely took somebody out the game, but they were flying around, and after the initial hit, they were fired up, saying that's what we do. So there was a lot of talk between me and their players, but for the most part, it was just in a competitive mindset, and because I do feel like those guys are good dudes, and I respect a lot of them for that, but especially Myles. And then on top of that, what was the second question? I'm sorry. You're on mute.
Go ahead, Karen. We'll come back.
Sorry about that.
No, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I was still unmuted. No, just the idea that when your leader goes down, that sudden urge, to want to go out there and do everything you can to raise things up a notch for him, because, watching him walk off the field has got to be, just heart-wrenching.
Yeah, no, it's a little different when your quarterback goes down, or somebody that's so, important to the offense or to the team, like Pat is to this team. And it's just, you gotta kind of throw it all into the same bucket of when adversity hits, what are you going to do? And where does your mind go? Where does where do we go from here as a team? And like I said earlier, we just rallied around Chad, tried to give him all the confidence, knowing that we were out there trying to make plays for him every single snap, just like we would if Pat was out there. So it's just rallying together. And this team, it's a tight-knit team with great leadership, man. And I love it.
Let's go next to Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Travis, to that point that you just made about which way is this team going to go, do you think back to a moment in time and draw that inspiration? Do you think of a play or a certain moment and say, okay, let's go get it?
Yeah, no, I mean, you learn from all the moments that you've had in your career, to feel that adversity when you do get hit with adversity and feel how the team reacts. But for the most part, it's just, having a sense of urgency. Having a sense of confidence and urgency in the guys around you and knowing that, all right, I got to do my job for the guy next to me, knowing that we just lost one of the best players in the National Football League. So it's just, there's a little bit of you take what you've learned from the past and you try and put it to use and try and get better from it.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go with Todd and then Matt. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Travis, on the third down scramble and then the fourth down to end the game, we're all sitting here watching on TV and, they think you guys are just going to try to draw them off sides and all that. Just take us through the kind of discussion you all had. I can't remember if you huddled or it was just like a loose huddle to kind of get yourself ready for that and how often you have practiced that situation in practice to make it happen in such a big spot.
Yeah, I mean, the third down was obviously a gutsy play by Four. I mean, everybody knew that he had that in him to be able to put his body on the line for the team. And we love him for it. And then sure enough, to be able to make the right pass, or the accurate pass there on fourth down to Tyreek. I mean, it was when they were kind of measuring where the ball was. We got a chance to get together as a group and talk about what we were going to do. And then sure enough, we went out there and just executed the play the way it's ran. I mean, we've run that play plenty of times, and sure enough, no better time to run it perfect than fourth down in the playoffs.
I'll go last to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Travis, take you back one play before that on the sack that Chad had. Looked like you were pretty frustrated on that play, and maybe you wish you'd done something differently. And also, just how do you do that when you'd have Chad in there who maybe you don't work with as much?
Yeah, I have to hear the whole play, and I screwed up and ran the wrong route, and we took a sack because of it. So I literally almost lost us a game right there. But we had a gutsy play caller, and the guy back there throwing the rock and running the rock was a gutsy guy as well. So we found a way to win, but on that third down or the second down when we took the sack, I missed a call in the huddle. So that one's just definitely going to sit in not too well with me. But we found a way to get the win, and that's all that I can be I guess I don't know, interested in.
Chris was telling us earlier this week, it's a team game. There's points when the offense picks up the defense, and there's points when the defense picks up the offense. And I felt like, especially in that second half, there were points when the defense really had the offense on their shoulders. What was going on through the huddle, and what was kind of the conversation for you all?
It's playoff football. It's championship football. I think every unit, has to take it upon themselves to, hold themselves responsible and accountable. So it's all about the team. I don't think defensively, we try to do anything special. We just try to do our jobs. We just try to play fast, communicate with one another. Felt like we started the game off fairly well, kind of got a little laxed in the middle of the game. But then in the end, we kind of snapped back to reality, understood the situation, and was kind of able to get off the field, when we needed to.
Go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Ty, kind of following up on that question, you come onto the field after the interception. Cleveland's got a chance to come down and potentially take the lead. What was kind of the attitude? What were you guys talking about there on the field going into that drive?
Well, it's all about making a stop. I think anytime you get in the game, and it gets, critical, the score gets tight. It's all about the outcome of the game. How can we win the game? How can we make the right plays, the routine plays? And I think that's really all we tried to do. And then obviously the offense went out there, was able to convert that fourth down and, kind of ice the game. But we just try to go out there and do our part.
Let's go next to Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Tyrann, you talk all the time about sort of one team, one heartbeat, right? I'm just curious, when I know it's the other side of the ball, but when the quarterback goes down like that, is that part of the conversation at all? Do you guys talk about that?
Nah, I think when anybody goes down, I think, the team tries their best to rally around, that particular player. Doesn't matter who he is. I think today, obviously, it was Patrick Mahomes. So I think the whole stadium knew he was out the game. But defensively, it's all about team. I think anytime you get a moment to have some motivation to win a game and to pull it through for somebody, one of your teammates, you just got to take advantage of those moments and really seize them.
Go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyrann, you've been a guy who, since you've been here, tried to get to know all your teammates. How well have you gotten to know Chad Henne, and do you have any stories that maybe illustrate the kind of guy he is? And Brad, I'll have a second question as well.
Yeah, I talk to Chad, well, basically every morning. I think, we usually end up pretty early, so, it's nothing for us to do but sit around and kind of, shoot it. But, he's a great guy. I think one of the things I really noticed about him is, he's a true professional. He's one of those guys that's a true veteran that's always ready. If you're able to watch this guy every single day, Monday through Saturday, he does the same routine as if he's going to play that week. And I think any backup or anybody, should really adopt that philosophy that, at any given moment, you need to be prepared to play. You need to be prepared to play, at a fairly high level. And so it was good to see Chad come out today and, make some plays. And so, yeah.
What told you that he was going to make a couple big plays there with the long run and then the fourth down pass? What told you that the coaches could trust him with stuff like that?
Well, I think if we were able to kind of watch him in the last game in the regular season against the Chargers, you saw a guy that understood the offense. You saw a guy that knew where the ball, was supposed to go, and he got it there. And I think that's what you should expect, from anybody that's going to step up, and help the team win. But I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. So see if we keep this thing rolling.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go Pete Sweeney and then Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Pete.
Tyrann, congrats on the win. Had a question about your interception and then your near interception. First on the interception, it looked like you kind of stopped yourself. Was that an intentional move to sort of bait Baker into throwing that football? And then on that near one, did you feel if you came up with that cleanly that you were gone for 6?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first play, it was just I'm a pattern read guy. I think anytime the routes can begin to develop, I get a feel for the routes. So once I saw 3 kind of running across the field, I knew somebody was coming behind them. I just kind of dropped 3. I saw Landry there. Then I kind of saw Baker begin to scramble a little bit. I wanted Baker to think I was going somewhere other than covering Landry. And I kind of took a step. He threw it, and I was, able to kind of make a play. But I think that's just kind of football 1-on-1. We got some great coaches. And I think anytime you get in zone coverages, especially when a quarterback scrambles, if you're in the zone, just match your man as if you were in man coverage. So that's really all I tried to do was, take the coaching to the field.
We'll go last to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Tyrann, I have 2 questions for you. Can you explain your perspective of Dan Sorensen's fumble at the goal line? And then secondly, just what was your reaction to actually seeing Chad scramble out of the pocket when you guys needed that first down?
Yeah, I think, Coach Spags preaches, my job plus, all the time. Do your job and then do something extra to help one of your teammates out. Obviously, the guy was wide open. He shouldn't have been. But I think anytime you have anybody on the field that's willing to strain, that's willing to put their body on the line, a lot of good can come from that, and, to see Chad Henne, scramble, try to get that first down, that's all heart. Like that, those are the moments that lift teams, those are the moments that build confidence. And, I think for us, we try our best to make those plays all the time. We got great coaches. They always put us in great positions, but I think when it comes down to it, our players showed a lot of heart today.
You ready for us?
Yeah, what's going on, brothers?
We're great. We're going to start first with Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Frank, congrats on the win. When Patrick goes down, I mean, we've seen in the NFL, sometimes you lose your leader like that and the whole game falls apart. You guys knew you needed to stop. How did it feel to be able to deliver in that big spot?
Just doing our job, executing. You practice it all day during the week, all season. That's why you do those different situational things. And, it was one of those. hats off to Chad, OG, triple OG, like I said before. We go all the way back since the days where I wasn't even in Michigan. I was in high school, and he was throwing. I don't even know if I was in high school yet. I was probably in elementary still when Chad was throwing the ball at Michigan. But man, he came in and did what he had to do. Simply just did his job.
We'll go next to Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, sticking with Chad Henne, Tyrann just described him and said that he's in there every day preparing as a true professional. Do you have a story of Chad Henne behind the scenes that people don't see much of him in?
Man, it's just the work. People don't see his work ethic. That man right there, he works so hard. What is this? Year 14, year 15, whatever it is, who cares? He's still out there making plays and doing his job. Man, he's putting his head down, man. That just shows you what type of competitor he is. You like you said, you watch Pat go down and, you hear the whole stadium gasp for air. Everybody's looking for questions and looking for things, but, when you got a guy who's always prepared, a guy who does his job and takes his job serious, the results will show for itself.
Go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Frank, there was a lot of talk going into this game about the Cleveland ground game and the toughness of Chubb and Kareem back there. Outside of a couple of runs in the third quarter, he kind of really helped him and held him in check. What was kind of the key to setting the tone on the ground attack?
It was just getting out fast, and tackling. I think in the first half, we did a great job in tackling and keeping those guys contained. I believe they had 18 yards. We did a hell of a job keeping them contained. Second half, we came out kind of flat as far as making the tackles and stuff. We started tackling high. Some of those long drives you see, guys get a little tired, a little fatigued. So, a little technique go away. But, we was able to just dead it when we did. We knew, at some point they was going back to that run game. That's what they do. That's what they do best. They got one of the best two, if not the best 1-2 punch in the running backs in the NFL. And they showed that all year. And, we were just able to go out there and get the job done and do enough to keep them contained.
Go next to Nick Jacobs. Go Nick.
Frank, for you, and Brett, I'll have a two-part on this. Frank, for you, what are you going to remember most from this football game when you look back on it down the road?
Man, just how we came together in one other team. Just like I remember every game. I remember every game very vividly. And, the best ones are when you do it as a team. When you can go in there, you got all this adversity. You got these different situations that come up in the game. Pat goes down, your quarterback, those are all adverse situations. And, in adversity, the true man rises to the top, the cream rises to the top in adversity. And, shout out Chad, like I said, he was the cream today, baby.
Now for you, what do you think from this game you guys can take as a team to help propel you?
Man, we got to take the little things, the missed tackles, the finishing plays, stuff like that. When we up, just keeping our foot on guys' throats, not letting up to keep on finishing and finish games. I feel like that's the goal. I feel like that's the emphasis, Coach Spags always talks about. It's finishing, to keep on chopping wood and, weather the storm. It's always team's good, man. It's the NFL. It don't matter the history of the team. It doesn't matter, what they haven't done. This is the NFL. You're going to see teams challenge the Chiefs because we are the champions. I think people forget this. They're going to challenge us every day. They're going to challenge us every day in their meetings. They're going to challenge us every day on their field to be the best they can be to beat us. So we have to understand that and come to work every day ready to work.
We'll go last to Darren Smith. Go, Darren.
Hey, Frank, congratulations on the win. Obviously, you all will be hosting Buffalo next week. What's the team's initial thought on that matchup? And, what is it that you saw in last night's game that, and coming out of tonight's game, that you all will see that will help you better prepare for your game next Sunday evening?
Oh, man, you take that night off, you take a few days off and you relax and you come back too. You just, you don't change too much. You do what you've been doing in practice. You stay focused on your technique, sound fundamentals and techniques. And, you go out there and you trust your preparation. That's all it is. It's trusting your preparation. And for the things you're doing in practice, the things you're doing in practice, things you do throughout your week, taking care of your body, all those things just restarts by the week. And I feel like that's the key. We can get in the lab, take care of our bodies, get our minds back right, have a short-term memory about the game. This game is over. It's won. It's over with. Have a short-term memory and get back out there because we got more to do.
Chad, we saw you fired up after the third down run, man. Take me through that play, what your thought process was and just kind of the emotions of that play.
Yeah, I mean, just going through my progressions, I kind of felt the pocket collapse after, a certain amount of time. And, I looked over at the sideline, felt I had a lot of running room and, just try to make, the first down, as much as possible. And, put my head down. This team's given me so much, so I put my body out there for them.
Let's go next to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Chad. Two questions, Brad. I'll follow up with the second one. But first of all, I wonder if you could describe the feeling when you know Patrick's hurt and you're going in a hurry. Obviously, you're prepared, but there must be some kind of adrenaline rush coming over you at that point too.
Yeah, it's definitely a big adrenaline rush. Obviously, you never want to see a guy like Patrick go down. Obviously, one of the best players in the league, but that's why I'm here, coming prepared. There's a lot of great players around me that made me feel confident and, just went in there and try to take what the defense gave me and make some plays while doing that.
And this might be hard to measure, but how much sharper or more ready do you think you might have been because you played a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, definitely felt a lot more comfortable out there playing the last game of the season against the Chargers. Full week of preparation, feeling the pockets, especially as a quarterback, is very important, especially if you haven't been in there in a while. But felt confident. I mean, there's a lot of playmakers out there, and just great opportunity for me to get out there and see some guys make some plays.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Chad, you've played a lot of football, but I'm guessing you would probably call tonight's game and particularly the last couple plays highlights of your career. What kept you going? What told you through all those years when you weren't playing that it was going to happen for you and someday you were going to make some plays to help win a playoff game?
I just think just my personality. I'm always a competitor, and throughout the years, if it went my way or didn't go my way, I just felt like I loved the game still. Love being around the locker room, and especially coming here just enlightened me. I mean, Coach Reid and his staff and the players here just brought out a lot of me, and especially Patrick, to see all of his success. And he's helped me out more than I feel like I helped him. And it's just a pleasure to be here. And this is why I play. And I prepare each and every week to go out there and be the best me and, just have fun with the guys.
Next to Todd Lebo. Go ahead, Todd.
First off, I got a couple quick ones. First off, have you had a chance to talk to Patrick? How's he doing? And secondly, when you're lined up there, you're going for the fourth down play. Everyone on TV thinks you're not. They think you're just going to try to draw them off and punt it. Did you think the Browns thought you guys were going to go for it when you got right down there when you snapped the ball?
Yeah. So for your first question, and talk to Patrick after the locker room, he's in good spirits. Obviously, we'll see with everything, all the testing for him tomorrow, but he's in good spirits. And, for that last play, we knew, not that we knew, but film studies showed that they were going to be in man coverage. And, we had to play. We talked about the play Saturday night, Patrick and I, and the coaching staff go over the plays that we like. And when I came to the sideline, it was one of the plays that we picked, and we felt confident in that play. And, one-on-one matchup with Tyreek Hill, majority of the time he's going to win. And he did a great route, and I just had to put the ball where it needed to be.
Let's go next to Steve Walls. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, what's happening, Chad? Not sure if you're on social media, but the hashtag anything is possible seems to be taking flight. Patrick has even tweeted it after the game. But talk about the brotherhood, your teammates, and the love of your teammates and the love that they show for you.
Yeah, I mean, other than LinkedIn, I don't think hashtag any given Sunday or any given possible is going to show up on LinkedIn. But no, it's great for him to have confidence. Just like I said before, once I got in that huddle, everybody had confidence in me. They were pushing for me, had my back, and this is a great team. It's a great opportunity to go out there and play with this team and come out with a victory.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Chad, can you just explain the thought process of the second down? Was it sort of told to you if it wasn't there to take the stack, to keep the clock running? And then what was your initial read on the third down play, and what kind of gave you confidence to sort of scramble out?
As in oh, I got you. Yeah, so it was just a miscue. The second down play, we just had a miscue on the route. The play wasn't there. Once I felt like there was a run route, I just got off it and just did the best I could, protect the ball. And then on the third down play, they did a great job. They covered our major routes out there with Kelce and Tyreek, and had the field covered. I felt the pocket collapse and saw a lot of running space, and just went out there, checked the chains, and tried to get the first down if I could.
Go next to Pete Sweeney. Go to Pete.
Congrats, Chad, on the win and the play. I was curious what exactly is going through your mind when you complete it to Hill and he's able to stay in bounds and it sort of sets in that you've pulled this off and you guys are going to advance.
Yeah, I mean, obviously full excitement. I mean, we knew first down wins the game. And like I said before, we love to play, love the matchup. And for me, it's just he won the route and just put the ball where it needed to be. And we're a smart team. Coach is always reminding us in the headset, hey, first downs game, don't go out of bounds, stay in bounds. And Tyreek made a smart play there. And, icing on the cake.
We'll go last to Nick Jacobs. Go ahead, Nick.
Brett, I'll follow up for this. Chad, for you guys have taken everybody's best shot for 16 weeks. How did that mentally prepare you guys for what you experienced today with the ups and downs?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the games, a lot of close games, this team's definitely resilient, down in some games in the fourth quarter. And, we come back and win, or the defense, gets a big stop for us and we get the ball back and a chance to win as well. But definitely resilient. And those tough games and the best shot that we got from every team is definitely going to help us push through, facing good Buffalo team this week. And, we'll be up for it, but same thing, just back to the board, be prepared, and we'll give them our best shot just like they'll give us theirs.
And I'm curious for you, have you got to talk to your family? What did it mean for your family to see you in those big moments help propel them to the third AFC Championship?
Yeah, I haven't gotten to talk to them yet, but we'll be excited. I know my wife and kids at home, go home, give them a big hug. And like I said, we'll enjoy it tonight and then back to work tomorrow.